Hello and welcome to the Revolutions Garage and the very first episode of Revolutions. This show focuses on car and motorcycle events in and around the GTA. Throughout the series of the show, we'll be focusing on small stature events like motorcycle stunt shows or local show and shines, as well as big events like the Honda Indy, for example. But today on the show, we'll be taking a look at the James Fun Exotic Car Charity Drive. The event took place at the Powerade Center in Brampton, and there were a number of exotic sports cars on show. Cars like the Audi R8s, the Porsche 911 GT3, the Dodge Viper, and the Acura NSX, just to name a few. If you're wondering what it's like to be inside one of these cars at this event, well, take a look at this. They're riding around in the Acura NSX, a mid-engined Japanese exotic with around 280 horsepower.
That was amazing, man. Great ride. Thanks a lot.
I messed up a little bit.
Whilst covering this event, I had the opportunity to speak to one of the primary organizers, Ian Law, about the purpose and history of the James Fun Exotic Car Charity Ride event. Ian is also the president and chief instructor of the ILR Car Control School and the Toronto Star Wheel Section contributor. So today we're joined by Ian Law of ILR Car Control School. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this James Fun charity event, first of all, it's a great idea. How did it all start?
It actually started back about 8-9 years ago when we were training the members of the Ontario Viper Club, and we were giving them new skills on how to manage their high-powered machines, and being the exotic car that the Viper is, they also gathered an awful lot of attention while we were doing the school. And it started to dawn on us that, you know, if we were to be able to do a charity day along with the school day,
right?
Because they're magnets. The Vipers are just magnets for car enthusiasts and everybody.
Oh, for sure.
And people just love to have a ride in these things. So we kind of put two and two together, and we said, well, after we do a school with the owners of the Viper, we'll invite them back for a day where we can say, let's invite the public to have a ride with you, but they have to make a donation to a charity to get a ride with you. And we started off that way. It actually started off with the Children's Wish Foundation, then we moved on into the James Fund, which was kind of close to us. We do have one of our instructors who's pretty well directly attached with the Burrells, who the James Fund was started with. It was young James Burrell who passed away from neuroblastoma. So because we were close to that charity, we picked up on that and started doing our James Fund days.
Okay, so that's what this charity supports, the neuroblastoma research.
Neuroblastoma research, and the Hospital for Sick Children is one of the leading, actually it is the leading facility in the world for research on neuroblastoma.
That's fantastic.
And they've come a long way with their research, and they're actually getting pretty close to a proper diagnosis of the gene that causes the neuroblastoma, the cancer, and then a cure for it too. So we're excited about that.
Okay, I understand that. I understand how you got the Viper Club to join you guys for the charity drive, but how do you reach out to so many other different groups of people to come and join you for this event?
Well, actually, we heard from a number of the other driving enthusiasts who said, hey, we'd come out and help you too.
Oh, okay.
So we ended up with a few members of a Lotus Club, and then there was a few Ferrari showed up, and a few Porsches started showing up. So it was a number of other clubs that contacted us and said, we'd like to help out with that charity too.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Okay, so what types of cars have you driven for the event over the years?
Oh, well, I think I've been in just about everything except the Bugatti Veyron.
Wow.
So Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Aston Martins, we've had a ton of things here. It's been
all on that track?
Yeah, we've had them all out here, yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Which was your favorite?
Oh, that's a tough one. The Viper ACR is an amazing machine. It's a tremendous amount of power. It's basically a detuned race car. So the Viper ACR was a tremendous amount of fun. I really enjoyed driving that one, the Porsche GT3. That's basically another detuned race car for the street, and just a tremendous amount of fun to drive when you get some really wonderfully well-engineered machines.
Yeah, because it's basically a slalom course out there, right?
Yeah, but it can be a good speed when you've got the right vehicle out there and the right driver in that behind the controls.
I see. So in terms of raising money for the charity, how much money do you guys raise at these events?
Well, usually, typically over the last few years, we've raised almost $4,000 each time we've done it, and that gets matched by a fund. So it's almost $8,000 that is heading off towards the charity, and that's, I mean, we'd love to be able to get more out there. If we get the word out a little bit better and get more people out, we could probably raise more, but we're working at it, and year by year it's getting bigger and bigger and better and better.
It's a very successful charity event. Would you ever hold this maybe twice a year?
That's something I haven't considered. There's a tremendous amount of work in organizing that event, and it's not an easy job to do. It takes a tremendous amount of my time to be able to organize that. So if I had more time to do it, I would, or if I had some help doing it, then that would be a lot easier. But right now, my time is booked up, organizing our regular schools and our performance driving schools and everything else that there's just not enough hours in the day, unfortunately, right now.
Well, it is already a great effort towards ending neuroblastoma.
Oh yeah.
Thanks very much again for telling me about the James Fund charity event. If you'd like to find out more about the James Fund, you can visit jamesfund.ca or
you can contact us at www.carcontrolschool.com.
Oh, and if you've got an exotic sports car that you'd like to drive at the next James Fund charity drive, you can contact Ian, or you can contact me. I can drive for you. It's all good. Thanks very much, Ian.
Oh, you're most welcome.
Now, just for the fun of it, let's take a look at another in-car video. This is the Porsche 911 GT3. It's a rear-engine car with over 400 horsepower. This event, of course, would not have been possible without the efforts of this wonderful group of volunteer organizers. Because of their efforts, we can now help put an end to neuroblastoma in a really fun way. We'll wrap things up with this Nissan Skyline R32. The car is turbocharged and comes equipped with all-wheel drive. Please visit jamesfund.com and carcontrolschool.com to find out more about the James Fund. Well, that concludes our very first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in next time for more revolutions.